Here we go. Welcome. Here we go. First remote controlled Sinclair C5 the world has ever seen, I'm pretty sure. If anyone else has got one, let me know. But yeah, this is June 2025, and yeah, these should be the first ones ever in the world. So yeah, it kind of all started off with this one here actually. So Dan Birch printed these off when 3D printers became a thing. I kind of feel about 10 years ago, and he did a limited run of these, and I thought, wow, that's bloody sweet. And always in the back of my mind, I thought one day really cool, you know, to have a remote control Sinclair C5. And of course, again, with 3D printers taking off and being popular and all the rest of it, it's kind of like possible, you know. So I had it in my mind, you know, to look out for a chassis, and I saw the Tamiya Dancing Rider chassis, which is a freewheel chassis. I thought, yeah, that looks cool, really expensive. And then basically came across sort of a friend of someone who was basically getting rid of a couple of these chassis here, which are again freewheel chassis. I think they're called X-Riders. One's brushless, one's brushed, really quick, job done. So yeah, struck up a little deal, did a swap, and got them. Obviously, when they arrived, they had all the bits with them: the roll cage, the shell on it, the wobbly head drivers, etc., all complete. And I thought, okay, cool, I've now got the chassis. So next up, I need to get the body shell. So what I did, I went on Thingiverse, and I found Dan Birch's keyring. So you see, it's got the keyring with the little hook on the back. So I was gifted a 3D printer, which I was really lucky for. So I ordered a roll of white. I grabbed the file off the internet, reworked it. Now I specifically wanted it with this what they call the Comical look, which is the wide, sort of a wide body. It's not sort of true to form. That is the look that I wanted. And lucky enough, the chassis sort of worked with that as well. But this was the look that I wanted. I didn't want it looking, you know, one-to-one like that does. So went on Thingiverse, grabbed the file, extended it, did my best to measure it up on the build plate using my amateur skills to get the right sort of gap here for the wheel, the right length, the right height, so it cleared the chassis, etc. Had a look, took 2.5 days to print. You'll see the photographs, printed it off. Bear in mind, it was obviously all solid, had the axle, front wheels, etc. Had all the solidness here, the DB on it. Ground it out, spent ages grinding all the plastic off to do that, and you can sort of see in there the sort of state of it. Ground off all that aspect there, and then ultimately made it work. Now it's a little bit tight at the back, but it does run, and you will see a video of it running in a minute. It's pretty damn sweet for a prototype. After that, I spoke to my friend Graham Garlick and said, Graham, this is what I've done, have a look at this. He said, yeah, really cool. And Graham actually had a really superior model, really nice, neat model. So again, gave him the measurements for that. And this is the version 2. This is also a prototype as well. So what he did is he removed the wheels that he had on it, and as much plastic from the tunnel as he could, widened it as well, lengthened it, got a much better gap here now, so you can see there's much more clearance in there. You know, even if you do that, they've got enough clearance to decide for it not to rub. And this is again a version 2, printed off on his superior machine, much quicker than this one. Sent it over to me. I installed the second chassis underneath there. Now there are some differences, like his body shell was single layered at the bottom. This one here is where it's solid as double layered. So there are a few little bits and pieces, but otherwise it's very, very sort of similar, of course. Yeah, and it looks absolutely fabulous. So what I've done is I've reworked this one here, of course, by cutting out the additional pieces. Graham's now going to be able to make a version 3 with hopefully all those bits removed, with a few tweaks to the length as well, and the height a little bit as well, and the width, just a few sort of dimensional tweaks that we've worked out that, you know, would improve it. And then we'll have a version 3, which hopefully will be a virtually straight fit onto one of these chassis. Now I had to do a few modifications to make these work. So this one here, again, where it's a prototype, I had to drop the front fork mounts, just drop them down a little bit. This one here, again where it's a second prototype, it's too close on the headlight area here, so I had to lower the front shocks on this one here by drilling out a couple of holes and just lowering it down. So a few bits and pieces to make it work, but it's sweet. And this one here doesn't run at the moment because I've ordered it's missing the speed controller and receiver, and I've just got the speed controller on order, but otherwise that should then run, and I'd imagine that'd be absolutely sweet. And this one here, you'll see in a minute, runs beautifully. Wheel caps, just printed off these, which are 30mm, which fit lovely, and I've got a set printing for that. For the front, this one has got upgraded pieces on it, to aluminium arms and aluminium suspension, etc., aluminium wheel. Whereas this one here has got the standard wheel, which is really small. So I've just printed off these, and I've got, you know, minimal skills, so I'm gonna grind out the back with the Dremel and hopefully make that fit. And I've also printed off a set for the bigger wheels here to Dremel out, and hopefully that'll work. And then eventually, you know, if we want to, you know, I'll get a sort of set of these made up that actually fit like effectively straight onto the relevant wheel. That's always the sort of next level part for it. But yeah, I think it looks absolutely fabulous there. A lot of fun, just a lot of fun. And yeah, this is what people who are like 45 years old do at the weekends, you know. First run, remember this is prototype, remember. Let me adjust the camera slightly. Yes, very, very quick. Oh. That's it, seems to... Here we go, it's looking really, really good. So yeah, so I sort of lined up like that. It looks like it's lining up, you know, really nicely on there. Obviously on this particular printer you can't, well, you can technically pause it, but I don't want to risk pausing it, because then it might not restart again with the material coming out, because it's an old machine. But yeah, this is it's on 17%, so it's a long way to go. Obviously I'm always worried about how much plastic I've got, you know, but I do have another brand new roll, so I'll have to make sure that I'm here when it's due to run out, if it is, so I can hopefully pause it, quickly put in a new roll and restart it, and hopefully it'll keep going. That'd be a disaster if it didn't. But yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Right, yep, here we go. Oh, almost 99%. It's 2 days, 2.5 hours so far. Looking pretty damn good. So yeah, that's it there. So you've just seen it being printed off. Took yeah, 2 days, 2.5 hours roughly. Looks pretty good. You can see obviously I've gone for the comical effect. It's a lot wider at the front. That's the sort of look I wanted. Obviously I'll be grinding out the wheels, and obviously I'll be removing all these filler parts here, the supports, you know. So yeah, which I'm going to do next. I'm going to, so then we can see what's left and see if it's doable once the wheels have been removed and the front wheel's been removed, which is actually underneath there, to fit this onto one of these chassis. Yeah, just there. Pretty cool. Bring that alongside it like that. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I know people might think, oh, it's a bit sad, but you know what? Don't mind, don't care. It's good fun. Just a hobby, that's all. Right, and yeah, so the first task with the Sinclair C5 was, of course, to remove all of these parts, all the support parts. They came off absolutely fine. It's looking pretty damn unique, absolutely. So yeah, the next task for this is I'm basically going to get rid of the stuff that I know that I need to get rid of for a start, which is basically the wheel area. So I'm going to get a Dremel out, a knife, that kind of stuff, just to see what works. And I can see actually here, of course, where it's could potentially do a bit longer. It's obviously not completely circular. It's oval shaped, so I don't know if that's going to throw me a problem or not. But that's the first thing I've just noticed. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of that, start to remove this stuff here, plus the front, and then kind of... Right, here we go. Excellent. Not bad at all, not bad at all. Bear in mind it's got two pegs at the back. Nice. Right, yeah, just for a bit of fun, I just thought, you know what, we'll just try out the paints. So I've got some Tamiya paints. No idea if these would work with 3D printed plastic, but yeah, they seem to be pretty decent. So yeah, black and a red one there, plus a little pot of Humbrol. Is it Humbrol? Yeah, Humbrol, which I marked up Sinclair C5s, is pretty decent. Thanks again, Daryl, for about the 100 of those you gave me, much appreciated on that. But yeah, this is just purely a test to see if it works or not. Obviously I've got a lot of seepage there. I'm sure there's some sort of something you can put as a barrier potentially on that to stop it happening, or use different paints or thicker paints or whatever. But either way, it seems to be sticking, which is good. So yeah, that's it. I'll quickly show you guys it revving. So yeah, just switched it on here, just switch it on there. Now this piece here actually, by the way, is only just held in place. I haven't actually fitted it yet, so it might actually flick off. But there you go. I'm not going to do it at full power, so I've got a feeling that it's going to probably flick off. It's only sort of pushed on lightly, that's all. I'll probably put like a bit of blue tack, for example, or a sticky pad. Yeah, steering there. Homemade stickers on there. I literally took a photograph of my Sinclair, downsized it, printed off a few copies. Just again, it's just for fun, just a quick thing until I work out how to get a proper sort of sticker made up. That's all. Yeah, I think it looks pretty sweet. And there we go. That is it. I hope you find it interesting, and yeah, and all the very best, and say watch out for the next video and the next bits and pieces when I get hopefully these to work on there, and some little clips for those. Cool. Thank you all. Cheers.